I've got a master lock combination padlock here, and it's a word one. It's got letters on the wheels. Now I'm going to open this up. Now I've done one of these locks before, and with that time I didn't know that it came with it set to play as the combination. So I didn't know that, and so I shuffled the wheels and just had to decode it, and indeed I got play. But this time, okay, see how there's two notches for this little notch here to get down. When it closes, it goes like this and closes, but we want to put it to the other notch, push it down to change the combination. And I'm just going to sort of hide it from me, so I can't see what I change it to. And then I'm going to lift this up, and to make sure these are, I'll just make sure that the wheels are in a not halfway between two positions, so I can lift it up, move it, and then close it, and then shuffle the wheels again, so that I end up with a combination that I don't know. And okay, so I'm just going to prove that play is not the correct combination. Now where's a play? And it doesn't open. Okay, so I don't know what the combination is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the shackle as if I'm trying to open it. Pull with this and push with these fingers like this, just to get a bit of tension. Some people find that if they get another lock or something to attach it to, so they can grab onto that to tension it, that it's better. But I like to do it this way. Put my fingers, curl my fingers around here. So I'm pulling up with my finger here, pushing there as if I'm pulling the shackle. I'm trying to open it. So I'm tensioning the shackle like this, tensioning it, and I'm used to doing it this way. And I can turn the numbers, and this one's very easy to turn. This one sort of goes, it's tighter to turn. This one is tight also, and this one is really tight. Okay, so I'm just tuning the last one to see if I can. Oh, so tight. I'll just releasing a bit of tension because it's so tight to turn. Just tuning it to see if it wants to lurch into anything. It's hard to tell. I'm not sure if it's sort of lurched into that or not. I'm going to turn this wheel. I don't know. I'm looking for something where it like lurches into, and that when it does, it's got lots of play, up and down play, that it's loose, or looser than it was. Okay, like for example, this one here could be in a gate, because it's loosish, but with tension it's loosish, but I can't turn it out unless I release tension. So I'm actually quite liking this one. So I'm quite liking R for the second wheel. It's got lots of play, and it's quite easy to turn within that gate, but I can't keep turning it while I'm tensioning it. So I like R for the second one. This one is still loose as, and I'm just trying one of the other ones. This sort of is looser in this one. I can still turn it out. I can still turn it out if I'm not confident that that's a gate, but it's sort of in a bit of a looser position around about there. I'm going to go into the next one. Oh, this tight one. Around about E, I felt something a little bit on the shackle. Another good reason to tension with your fingers, because you get feedback. Sort of felt a bit of a click here too. And on these locks, they have gates 2.5 spaces away from each other. So if E was a gate, then 2.5 would be right here between T and L. And then just gonna release tension, turn it a bit, tension it again, so I can turn it. Because I said between S and T, right? So I think it's so hard to turn this last wheel. So I said, but I said, no, I don't know. I'm not getting good feedback on this, but I do get some sort of click between H and K, but that's, I want a I don't want one that's halfway between. And again on E, I'm going to leave it as E. So E and 2.5 spaces was between H and K that I felt. 2.5 spaces, R would have been the other one because it's 2.5 away. So I'll leave that on E, and the other gate that I liked was R. So R, 2.5 spaces, 1, 2 would be halfway between L and H, and then 1, 2 would be E, would be the other gate to R. But I'm going to come back to that. I'm just going to get them all in gates first before I figure out which is the correct gate. So I've got this one done and this one done. Not sure about this. It doesn't want to turn out of there. I don't know if that's because that's in a gate. If these three are in a gate, then this one should fall into a gate if I keep turning it. And if it doesn't, then sort of around about R. I don't know. I'm going to pick on this and see if I can get it into something that I'm happier with. So I'm releasing tension, turning it a bit, putting on tension again. Gee, I have to try and do that again. Why is it so hard to turn? That this has suddenly become really hard to turn is a good sign, by the way, because it means the other ones are in gates. Okay, so now I've turned it. This is really loose to turn, and yet it doesn't want to come out of there as long as I've got tension. So now I'm happy with this being L, I said, and E. Oh, okay. And it's open. I just adjusted this because when you turn the wheel, sometimes the other wheel moves slightly. Okay, so I was able to get them all in gates, and I got them all into the correct gates. I didn't even need to play around with it. If this didn't open like this, then I would have tried the differences between this gate and the one on the other side. So instead of E, I'd turn it to the one on the other side, which is R, and I would, with tension, I would see which one felt the loosest, and I would have settled on the loosest one. And then the next one, I would have settled I would check L and the opposite side E. So L I would test, then I would turn it to E and test and see which one is the loosest under tension. And I would always choose the loosest one. And I didn't have to do that because as I was putting them into gates, I automatically left it on the one that felt best to me, that felt loose. Lots of play. That's what I mean by loose. But wouldn't want to come out of the gate very easily when I had tension on. So anyway, that's another demonstration on how to decode one of these locks. You can see my previous video as well. Thanks.